All right, so tonight here we are once again, 709 Meridian,
This is Andrew.
and I am, as always, D.
And tonight we are doing Halloween Resurrection, or as it was apparently going to be called, H2K at one point.
Wow.
Yeah, because they wanted it out in 2000, but of course came out in 2002 because nobody wanted to make the fucking movie. So, so they got Rick Rosenthal, who directed Halloween 2 back in 1981, to direct it. And what's funny about this is that Carpenter would have been shit-mouthing him at this point, right? Like, Carpenter...
Yeah, at this point, he's just like, it's all garbage. It's nothing like what I wanted. I'm done with it.
I think it's worse than that. I think Carpenter, like in the mid-90s, like back when the Laserdisc came out, we talked about that on the other episodes, right? Like, I think Carpenter just talked shit about Rick Rosenthal directing Halloween 2 and was like, I had to do all the fucking work. Like, he couldn't do shit. And so... Because, like, Carpenter reshot a bunch of it, right? Like, I think that's the thing is Carpenter, like, reshot the gore or something. We'll get to it. But, yeah, so this is, I guess, Dimension and Mustafa Akkad getting the name recognition of Rosenthal. But for people who didn't pay attention to what Carpenter said, I don't know. We'll get to it. It's going to be a delight, especially the beginning. But
what's the... Roughly the first, you say 13 minutes?
At least 13 minutes. So
yeah, is basically, it's going to wrap up a particular storyline. And from that point on, it becomes, I mean, it becomes
the first not Jamie Lee Curtis or child related Halloween movie
familial
ever.
Connections.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's more like a gory Home Alone
with the web. with webcams. We'll get to it, but so I thought we'd do a little housekeeping and figure out what we're going to do next, because we've got the first Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween 4,
and
Halloween H40.
Yeah.
So
H40.
You want to do H40 next?
We could do that next, yeah.
All right, let's do that next. So that'll be next time. That will wrap up Jamie Lee Curtis. I don't know, because she's got a bad wig in 2. Okay. That'll wrap up Jamie Lee Curtis's worst hair movies. So, and then we'll figure it out from there. All right. So, yeah, you ready?
Yes, once more into the breach.
All right, and hit it.
All right.
We got the Miramax logo here. So if you don't have the Miramax logo, we'll tell you when the Dimension kicks in right now.
Right now. Dimension films.
Right away, we got more Halloween theme than H2O ever had.
Yeah. We're not prestige this time.
Ew. Rick Rosenthal film, baby.
And Busta Rhymes. It's top billing. And for everybody out there wondering why Resurrection is in the position it is on our list, is because we know it's a shitty Halloween movie, but it's a good slasher film. It's entertaining with Tyra Banks and Jamie Lee Curtis.
This is more black people than have ever been in a Halloween movie before, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, special guest appearance, right?
Yeah.
By Sean William Patrick Thomas
Ian Nicholas. Special appearance because he was still too successful because of American Pie.
Yeah.
Music by Danny Lux, who is a
a big TV
Really?
composer.
Okay.
Yeah, he did a lot of. I know he did a lot of sliders.
Okay.
And I think he did some Star Trek, maybe.
Okay. Here we are in a basement. So this is. Oh no! Is there a shitty? Oh God, there is. Oh, we've really got to collect all these shitty monologues. We have to.
Based on characters created by. Shame on you, Larry Brand. And Sean Hood. All righty. We got a picture of John Tate, a.k.a. Josh Hartnett. So we are following suit from...
But not
Halloween
the
H2O.
picture of him from H2O. Like,
no. That was like a shot from the faculty or some shit.
Right.
And here we have Jamie Lee Curtis, who's incapacitated.
Oh. So they paid her for a voiceover and a tracking shot. So there you go. Directed by Rick Rosenthal. Grace Anderson Sanitarium. I wonder what Grace Anderson did to someone to be named after a sanitarium in a freaking Halloween movie.
She was a key grip.
Michael Myers, the serial killer?
Why?
Okay.
See, everybody just knows. They forgot to show when LL got shot.
Right. Look at these clips. Like, how... Lots of confusion, including this inserted scene. Yeah.
He's holding the knife, and so nobody noticed this deformed,
Nope.
paramedic that's walking around with this knife.
Nope, not at all. That is not the same mask as in the last shot. Good grief.
No.
Dun, dun, dun. Michael walked there. Oh, what's funny is we don't know that's not what Michael looks like, right? Like,
yeah. He should have a beard or something. Oh, look at the convenient writing.
Because
his throat was crushed.
Yo.
Wow. She's pulling a Sarah Connor. So Jamie Lee does this twice. What do you think about it? She should be paying Linda Hamilton some royalties for real. Because she's sanitarium. She's sanitarium Sarah in here, and then H4O. She's badass Sarah Connor.
Where did she get her? Oh, look, she's never on the pills. Nice.
He's always watching.
They're just like, we'll pay you to stand in a window. What do you think, Jamie Lee Curtis? It really should have been LL Cool J. Like,
It kind of would have made sense. The way he would probably feel a little overprotective. There was never any real closure for his character, so
right.
they could have inchwormed him in here somehow.
Yeah.
He probably would have been played by LL.
That would have been even better.
It would have been Anthony Mackie.
Oh, shit. No, who's the guy who played Blade on TV?
Sticky Fingers?
No. Who's the guy who played Spawn? I mean, yes, that's who played Blade. Who played Spawn?
Michael Jai White?
It'd be Michael Jai White.
There you go. Yeah. It wouldn't have been LL again.
Nope. Oh my God. Oh, I forgot about this.
Yeah.
So Kevin Williamson, this was post Kevin Williamson falling out with Miramax. So it's like,
so it's not as self-referential.
no,
but at the same time, it's got snarky shit.
Because I mean, I can't remember the timeline on. Because I mean, Dimension wasn't just Kevin Williamson; they were doing this shit for years before he sort of put him on the map.
Yeah, he just gave him legitimacy.
Yeah. This is exciting stuff. Just like
this is specifically the scene from Terminator 2. This is the escape from the sanitarium from Terminator 2. Michael is the T-1000. This is totally like...
Wasn't there a washing machine in shit? Which one? Curse. Right?
Yeah, in the basement.
Why is there slow motion washing machine? Like, is it somebody's head? This is Michael's new thing, lowering himself down. It's his head. Ugh.
Yeah, the slow-mo. Yeah.
Oh my God. Why? How would this play better with just the Terminator music?
That's what I'm saying. It's the exact same scene.
Michael did, of course, get a new mask in the last 3 years. That's a lot of slow-mo. I'm sorry. Slamming the door and oh my God.
Oh, wow.
So this, of course, does like sort of invalidate some of H2O because he's after Jamie Lee. He's not after Josh Hartnett.
No, it's her.
He's got different hair post, like breaking through the door. Look at that fucking, look at his hair.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why was it so hard for them to make a Michael Myers mask for
It might have been because they
29
couldn't use
years?
the original. There might have been some type of rights, or I don't know, but
Do you think they were like, Jamie Lee Curtis, will you do a whole Sarah Connor thing? And she's like, no, I will not do any of that. I will do this.
not till 2018, anyways.
Right. Okay.
The other bad wig.
I forgot about this. I thought he killed her in the room. I didn't think she was in it this long.
No, I always skip all of this.
Oh God! Now we got to do this brother and sister crap again. Sorry. I don't think that's even the same mask as before, like downstairs.
No. They might have at least 2 or 3 different masks in this.
Well, they're also not showing the eyes, which is weird, like in these shots. So now what's she doing? She's gonna. He has a sound sensitivity? Why does he have a sound sensitivity? Oh, now she's. Oh, okay. I killed an innocent man. Oh, no. I will now get distracted and reach for his mask. And I bet he gets the knife from her, maybe? Do we think? No? Why doesn't she just electric? Oh, right, because she would not be able to do it because it's not. Because it's, I don't know. I don't care. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh. See, he's been working on those pull-ups so he can do the drop down thing all the time.
Mm.
Wow. And now she's like Hans Gruber.
Right.
They couldn't have used like Laurie's theme from H2O. Like, right? Like,
Nah. This just.
Doors must. It's got a lot of masks. Like, when you think about it, it's weird.
Yeah.
A lot of homemade masks.
The clown mask. What if he just wore the clown mask?
Right.
Huh.
His mouth isn't moving. They inserted the Halloween 2 recap. They didn't. Wow.
Oh, wow. See, this is where I always see it from.
He's back.
The title screen.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there isn't really anything you could have done to make it better. I'm sorry, Haddonfield University. What? Haddonfield's a college town? Did we know that?
It's anything they, whatever it serves the plot, especially for like this point in time.
Right.
Oh, true.
Everybody's asleep at this class. Like, just absolutely no one cares.
So we've got a new lead here.
Yes, this is. Oh my God, she's on a scooter. Okay. And there's Katee Sackhoff, of course, who
Who went on
sort
to
of neglected to ever mention this as she went on to success. Like, oh, that music's annoying.
oh, come on, man. It's early 2000s, dude. And here's William Sean Patrick.
That's right. He's another special guest star.
Hmm.
You were talking about him. I was talking about the kid from American Pie.
Yeah, they both are, weren't they?
They're both very special guest stars.
Yeah.
Like, why? Imagine being swayed by that. Like, they're like, no, I don't want to be in Halloween Resurrection. And they're like, they're going to give you a very special guest star credit. Like, what the fuck?
Like a TV show or some shit.
Right. Like, oh, God. Dangertainment.
Wow. And what's funny is this is actually ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Before the big reality show boom.
I mean, it's pre-reality show, but oh God. Oh my God.
Okay, this is Haddonfield, so everybody knows the story, right?
I mean, maybe not. If yes, of course they do, because it's like, by this time there are TV specials, right? Like it was on Unsolved Mysteries, it was on Inside Edition.
Like
This guy,
Haddonfield and Woodsboro should be,
right? Yeah. So that guy was like supposed to be the Jamie Kennedy of this movie. That
more
didn't
likely.
really, yeah, that didn't really work.
No. Especially because he doesn't die. They don't kill him.
So they're emailing each other. Oh no, he's hacking her screen to read her screen. Wow. Oh my God.
No, they're buddies.
They're in an email. They're not in the Yahoo chat room. They're in an email. He's stalking her. Okay. Like Yeah, Halloween movies shouldn't have big casts. Like just as a
No,
rule, no, it's a bad
no.
idea.
And that's the problem with this. This is like,
I don't. I mean, at
here
least
comes the
when
star of the show. Entertainment.
what's with the rock star, the 80s rock, the late 70s, early 80s rock star in the background? What's going on?
That was the look. That's what all the vampires on Buffy looked like back then.
Okay, so I must have like missed something in the pop culture by not watching, right? Like
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out why this isn't as I mean, like Scream 2's college thing was a lot better than this, right? Like,
Well, that's because these are clearly set character types, and you're not supposed to look at them more than victims. Like when the people in Scream die, you're like, oh shit, that motherfucker died.
right.
This, here is, they're just here to die.
If that dude had been played by David Krumholtz, if Rockstar had been played by David Krumholtz, this would be the greatest movie ever made. Just saying, look at him. That could be David Krumholtz.
Probably. But he would have looked too much like Thomas Ian Nicholas.
Especially then, yeah. Oh, wow. So she's got a canary scream? I wonder if that will affect Michael, who we have established doesn't like loud noises.
Dude. Yeah, 20 years later, Busta gets Me Too. See, this movie's just fun, man. Who in the hell
It's
would go into a production?
did he
Hmm?
did he have a script? Like some of this shit, I feel like he doesn't have a script. Like
No, he doesn't. Because it's Busta Rhymes. They say, "Hey, man, just do what you do. Just they explain the gist of the scene. Just get it done." Because you can tell she doesn't know where to go.
yeah, I mean, some of that's also Rick Rosenthal. Like, let's be real. Like, I don't know. Like, what if they'd done a spin-off where he's a motivational coach in that role? That would have been awesome.
I'll survive Michael Myers.
Okay, so Haddonfield, did I just see it had palm trees or no? I wasn't paying enough
Probably.
attention. Yeah.
This was somewhere, California somewhere. Hey, there's another hot rod.
Did you see that? Oh God. What's funny is that the Rob Zombie, definitely the second one, then the first one too. The teenager stuff is bad as in that one, right? Like as I recall, like this thing is just a cursed franchise once you have five teenagers in it or something. Like what the fuck?
It's again, it fell into like they do in Friday the 13th movies. After part 3, you didn't care who they were. You know, you just wanted to see Michael Myers just hack them up. You didn't really care anymore.
I don't know. This one's actually, because I'm like, what the hell did we watch that was, oh my God, is that a Newton? Or is that, what was that a Palm Pilot? There's a lot of technology in this.
So too, man. That was space age shit, man.
No, because it's funny because how Curse, right, in 95 should have been a good, they were in college too. What college were they in that? Haddonfield University. No.
Or was it community college? Haddonfield. We still don't know how big Haddonfield is.
No. But oh God. Okay, so this is when okay, so 2002, like 2002 to 7, every once in a while somebody would do a shitty video camera movie because they were like, this is just great tech. Like Brian De Palma did one, like it was the found footage era, but after like people got really lazy.
And they all tried to cash in on Blair Witch for a minute.
Right. And so this sort of does that, but also not. Like it's just.
No, it was trying to touch on all of those. This was supposed to be, you know.
Yeah.
Found footage, slasher. You know, this was supposed to bring Halloween back.
Oh, God.
Tyra Banks. And
are all of her scenes like inserts like this where she's not
exactly with nobody else?
Yeah.
And I don't even think they film her. I think they filmed her death scene, but don't play it. They don't show it. They show her dead, but they don't show her killed. So it's really weird.
Okay, so we now actually have just Michael messing around in the house, her not paying attention
at all.
What are you doing? Are you going to kill me with a tripod? While Tyra Banks makes her own espresso? Yes, you are. It's a latte. Good God.
Jesus. That mask, dude.
It's got way too much expression to it. You know, it's like a very malevolent looking Michael Myers mask.
It already looks pissed.
Yeah. If this had been not bad, she could have been like the Adrienne Barbeau of The Fog. Yeah.
And in rolls the crew.
I mean, it doesn't look a lot like California. It's a better looking
Yeah, it
Haddonfield
looks like
than the new
it looks more
ones.
Illinois than
Yeah, like that looks vaguely South Side suburb. You could like the raised houses
yeah.
could be like a thing.
I don't know if they would have paid that much money for location.
No, God no. They're probably in Vancouver, man. Like
Oh my god.
we should have checked. But this wasn't. There was no like online component when this came out, of course, right? Like you couldn't watch.
No, I don't
Okay.
think so. If it did, it would have been those little bad QuickTime videos.
Mm-hmm. Just teeny little 15 frames a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got an air horn. When was the first season of Survivor?
Oh my god. It might have been somewhere around this time. If not, maybe a year or two off.
Yeah. Like they could have leaned into that more. Uh So, of course, after this movie, the guys from Halloween Kills will move in and rehab this house. So, we're
Yeah, but
no,
this is the one that has the basement. That's a fucking dungeon.
they did that after 5. They changed it to
Yeah,
add the dungeon. Yeah,
it's suddenly a mansion now, kind of. The layout is nowhere near what it was, and
no, of course not. Like,
like every single one of them are just there to be killed, just cannon fodder.
weird that the light switch that was turned on did not turn on by turning it down, and then fresh spices. Michael likes to keep his spice rack current. Okay. Um,
Hmm?
this does. It reminds of 5 or 6 in that thing where you're just like, why is it just so?
Yeah.
Michael's baby chair. The lady in 6 that babysat him he would have been sitting in there. This introduces the idea that the Myers family was torturing Michael. Like, oh no, that would have been Laurie's chair.
Probably. Well, here's the thing. When you watch the original and the parents find Michael, the only one that seems to be emotional is the father. The mother's just kind of standing there with her hands in her pockets.
Dun dun dun. Huh. We'll have to look out for that. I don't remember.
Yeah, we gotta watch. Yeah, once we get to that one.
Oh, the slow motion again. For crap. All right. So, who did he kill to get the knife bloody? Because he killed that other dude with the tripod, right?
He killed Tyra.
We just don't know that yet.
Oh no, that's right. Busta and Tyra are in the garage or whatever.
Right. So no, he just is carrying around a bloody butcher's knife.
He's carrying around a bloody knife. Unless that's still Loree's blood.
Wait. That's the blonde-haired kid is dressed up as Juliet.
Yeah.
What? Okay. I mean, it could have been so much worse, right? Like so much worse.
That was still the big pick back then.
And
in
Miramax, 2002. Yeah.
Kids are dressing like that to a Halloween party.
I mean, an actual Halloween sequence in a Halloween movie? It's been a while.
It's kind of cool, though.
Mm-hmm.
Just at least remind people. It's shot pretty good, too.
Mm-hmm. John Carpenter came in and did it for him.
Right. He did him a favor.
They were like, hey, this Rick Rosenthal guy's fucking it up. Can you come in and... I think the problem is if you cut the bullshit out of this movie, it'd be 31 minutes long.
Yeah, it's like the TV cut of RoboCop without the commercials, which was 45 minutes long. Without the commercials and violence.
Wait, I think I just saw Michael's mask.
Oh, yeah. They do that. They splice it into those little...
Wasn't he the nice kid in American Pie?
American Pie?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was... what's her boyfriend? Tara Reid. They were the cutesy good couple.
Oh, yeah.
God, were those any good?
The last time I saw,
it's so long.
I don't know that I ever. Maybe I saw the first one twice, but the second one I only saw when we saw it in the theater.
Yeah, I can't.
I don't. I'm someday maybe. I mean, what's his face is the one who really came out hilarious. Stifler. Like
right, and then like later on, they kind of lean the franchise into him, which is why I kind of don't want to.
Yeah,
it's part of the reason why I don't want to revisit that shit.
Are they gonna get killed? Because they're gonna have. It's like they've never seen Scream. That's weird. It's weird that there's no Scream references at this point.
Considering they were watching it on television in the previous movie. So these kids should be savvy.
Right.
That's what kills it. I
mean, this is maybe an alternate universe from that where they watch Stab instead.
The Woodsboro verse.
Right.
Yeah.
There was no, his lips didn't move for that. How much dubbing did they do for this? Like, that's the second obvious scene of dubbing.
It's
Or
yeah.
looping, yeah. Like, what the
It's
hell?
Miramax, man. This was a shoot it, and shoot it and print it. Get it done. This has got to be on video shelves by
right
this time next year.
Just 2002. Couldn't they have like made Kevin Smith write it if they promised to release the Uncut Jersey Girl or something? Like,
absolutely not. Because he probably wouldn't do it unless Jay had a part in it or some shit.
the blue lights back too. I'm like, it feels like it's made. It feels like this should be the sequel to 6. Cut out the Jamie Lee part, and this is what happens after the house goes to shit.
Yeah, I can see that. As a matter of fact, wouldn't be such a bad idea to make an edit of that.
Yes. It's even funnier. Nope, I forgot what I was going to say. Well, I'm like, I just want to know what it was like watching this in the movie theater. Were you just like angry every minute? You're like one of 3 people in the theater and somebody's asleep.
Yeah, it wasn't a crowded theater.
No, and you're just like, what the fuck did I do? Like
not after opening weekend.
they haven't noticed that the crew guy's missing?
No.
Oh. It's hard because it's the guy who's wow. Okay. We've got some Halloween H4O levels of violence.
Right? Eh. Oh my god.
Dangertainment.
Dangertainment. He thought the shit was gonna blow up, man. Fucking Dangertainment.
Oh, the closet. Oh.
Is that supposed to be the closet?
That's supposed to be the closet.
Well, wait a minute. None of that shit happened in the Myers house, though.
That's right.
When he attacked her?
Also, I mean, I guess they could have gone in and fixed it because he just broke through it. That's right. It happened across the street.
Right.
But for some reason, there was a Michael Myers mask in there.
Right. What the fuck?
Well, the other thing is it's like people hadn't been sneaking into the house for the last 22 years or whatever, right? Like,
no, it's the spook house.
Mm-hmm. Were they going to do a Hellraiser crossover? Because that's the only other property Miramax had, right? Was Hellraiser.
That would have been weird. Especially at the point where, at this point, Pinhead was a straight-on villain. I think they probably were considering that then.
I know, right? Like, it makes way too much sense that
they might have been considering that.
Yeah.
Because New Line still had Jason and Freddy. And they were still bullshitting with that around that time, right?
They hadn't done the crossover yet. And how Miramax never thought to do the crossover after that one, right? Like, why not?
Yeah.
Mustafa Akkad probably said no, but that's probably why not. But yeah.
Because he clutched Halloween like...
I hope that was at least in the trailer. Like,
I think it was. That's the last thing you see before somebody screams and
Michael Myers, his child. No, that would have been Laurie's doll. Like, stupid. Sorry.
Well, we find out though something about some of the things that are in this house later on.
Do we? Okay.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah. This is like one of those bad games, first person games from
right where it's this pre-shot footage. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Where it's viditainment or whatever.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill's in it somewhere, right? Like
Mark Hamill, Dana Plato, Corey Haim. Corey Haim did one of those.
Oh, did he? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing about this is, besides Katee Sackhoff, there's nobody recognizable in the cast. Like, none of these kids got
aside
jobs.
from the people who had heat, at the time.
Yeah.
Sean Patrick William.
So he
was coming off
disappeared, right? Like,
well, after this, he went on to what? To Barbershop, but he was still coasting on. This was like his come up from Save the Last Dance,
right?
And of course, Ian Nicholas was American Pie. Those were still going strong at the time. These two, yeah. Of course, Tyra was big, and Busta was, I think they came to Busta and asked him to do this. Because that was around the time all the rappers were trying to get in on it, I think Snoop even got in, him and Dre with The Wash. There we go. His whole boy was the lamest kid at the party. This stupid costume. God.
Oh,
all right. Whoa. First, what, nudity in a Halloween movie since 666?
Yeah, because
H2O had none.
no. I mean, it is kind of funny. Like, it is funny when, the motive is that they're going to mess with these kids. Like, if you just done it straight, like, and had it be some Michael Myers, like they hired a Michael Myers or something, right? Like, not.
Yeah. And here comes the greatest scene in the film. This is why I love this movie right here.
That blue light, just like 5 and 6. What is with that mask?
Somehow they found 2. So this was something that was being sold in stores in Haddonfield, I guess. Woo. Oh shit. Oh my god. See, these movies have to have shit like that.
Oh.
They have to have something like that in a movie. But the problem is when you have something like that in these movies, it falls into, well, you can't have black guys doing that shit. That's coonery,
Oh, God.
And the fact that they gave these 2 nothing to do. But dig around in the dungeon under the house.
I mean, the guy who did 4 turned them down on doing this. Like,
Really?
Yeah, Dwight H. Little. That was 4, yeah. he turned them down. Like, it's like a slightly bigger budget sci-fi original movie.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
they had enough for it just to make it look like a movie.
right.
It doesn't have those cheesy zoom ins or close ups.
It does have that slow motion though.
Yeah, that weird slow motion.
Okay, so at this point, if this is Michael's where he's hanging out and eating rats, he keeps his spices up in the kitchen and brings them down to eat them.
Yeah.
I don't think a rat could survive that. Just saying.
No.
There we go. Halloween theme.
Yep.
Very abbreviated one.
Yeah. It's
I mean, this would have still been when they would have had trouble showing like 30 frames a second at 24 and stuff. Like, they like made more work for themselves. Oh my god, the fucking lights. Oh.
what a way to go. Michael Myers' dungeon under his house.
Mm-hmm. In the storm sewer that just happens to be under Michael Myers' house. Down the block from Lex Luthor.
Right.
Oh, God.
How many girls do you know have a penthouse apartment in Haddonfield? 20 stories under.
Slow motion Michael Myers. But wait, or is that Busta Rhymes?
Yeah, I think that's Busta.
That adds a real layer to it since he convinced her to go there.
The room was smoked the hell out.
Mm.
Damn. You know, with that staircase, that reminds me of the Pleasure Dome in Skokie. Only thing missing is a bunch of kids and a stack of comic books in every hallway. Nah. See, the jig is up. The lack of don't give a damn. I just don't care. Trying to make some money.
What were they gonna get for this? Like, just to be famous on like.
Well, this was supposed to be the first of this type of shit. It was gonna.
Okay.
It was gonna be.
They were gonna end up as lifelong famous as real world people.
Real world kids, yeah.
I got you. Yeah.
That's another reason why this was they did it this way. And why the kids are such types,
Right.
Character tropes, walking tropes. I mean,
Real World would have been what? The first one of those was like 92, so it would have been real desperate 10 years in, right? Like, so.
Yeah. It was popular still, somewhat. Because this was around the time I think they were doing like those. Whoopsie.
That's the attic where they stuff the dad in H40 or Halloween Kills. But no, because Thomas Ian Nicholas was there first. Slow motion Michael Myers. So bad.
Yeah. How they were completely not able to get out of that house.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, whoa. They show the eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's got makeup on the eyes.
But he's got his Batman makeup on.
Yeah.
What if it's Busta Rhymes the whole time?
That almost would have made sense. Considering he's the one character who should have died the worst death in this.
Mm-hmm. Good thing the spices are fresh.
I guess they paid Patrick Thomas. Your services are no longer required on this set.
They wouldn't have seen the things come through the other side. They were just cheering at the Michael Myers thing.
Yeah.
Close up. I guess, I mean, some of these are similar to the Halloween 2 kills, right? Like,
yeah, I wouldn't doubt Rosenthal kind of repeated a few things. Just to stay in stride with the...
Yeah. Well, good thing she's got a Palm Pilot.
This movie really should have been released in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
There's just something a little too...
Like a year after Hackers.
Right.
Ugh. Paid Thomas Ian Nicholas for another close-up, I guess.
Yeah.
He crashed through like hospital door. He can't do that. He can't use that power again. Like,
no, that's once a movie.
Right, no, because that was Michael Myers. This is Busta Rhymes. Like that.
Now, how she couldn't climb down because... That's right. The Myers house is a cathedral in this movie.
There was another one that was 5. It was way too big in 5 too.
Yeah.
4's got a roof scene, right?
Yeah, 4's got the best roof scene.
Why didn't he? Okay, never mind. Nothing.
Go down.
The old bedroom where he looked out at Haddonfield and someday will kill Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter, who she has right now in an alternate universe.
Other universe. The other Curtis verse.
Well, the big problem with the video camera thing is that it's like supposed to make it more like cheaply scary for the audience, but it doesn't do any of the shit for the like, you know, cast. Like, it doesn't do them any favors. Like,
Oh.
why doesn't she just use the canary cry? Like, we've established that.
Right, she has a superpower.
Yeah, like, and it just happens to be his weakness. So, like,
Oh shit.
You think the next door, like the neighbors across the street, in the whose house would that be? What was the name of that family? Tommy
Doyle?
It's Tommy Doyle's house across the street, right?
I don't even think. No, in the original, they were nowhere near the Myers house.
That's right. The Myers house didn't become a location until 5, right? Was
5,
it in 4?
pretty much.
No, okay.
Because that's where he used it to trap him. And
he's still alive.
Shit. Oh.
That's not helpful. Like,
at all. Like, he could have said right behind you.
Everybody's been in the house, right? Like,
Oh. I guess he was going for that shoulder wound that what's her face died from in part 5.
More slow motion. Why?
Remember 7? They were doing that. Didn't they do it in 7? And it just got popular in every freaking Miramax movie.
I don't. Because 7. No, 7.
It was some movie that was popular where they were using that a lot.
Because didn't they speed it up in fucking 5? Like, would this movie have been much worse if Joe Chappelle had directed it?
Probably.
Yeah, you thought she lived through the rest of the movie? Like,
If the name Michael Myers still strikes fear.
So the storm sewer leads to the kitchen. Like, what now? Is that?
But he clearly has another
Oh
way
no,
out.
it's the garage. Yeah.
I'll see. The big reveal of Tyra.
Who hasn't been in the movie for like what 40 minutes, and it's just like, oh shit, she was in this movie? Like,
That's clearly an insert. Just get the shot later.
wait, they don't even have like a dummy hanging?
No.
Wow. It's one of those garages with a really high roof. Hang it up there.
The garage is as big as the dungeon under it.
Mm-hmm.
Gee, I wonder who they were trying to.
Mm.
Who are they trying to clap
Yeah.
at this one?
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm out. Okay, here comes one of the greatest scenes in slasher movie history. For those of y'all listening, what's coming up is what inspired all of this shit.
It did. You were watching this when we had the idea to do these, isn't it?
Yes. After watching it for about 1 billion times on Pluto TV, I said,
all right.
Just when you thought, whoa, here we go. Pow! Busta Rhymes.
Michael just standing there like, oh, do you need to hit me now? Just like,
and because we need to wrap this shit up real quick.
The slow motion. Good.
God. Was this the original ending?
Oh God.
This feels like kind of some tacked on Deadly Friend ending almost.
Right? Like, oh. And since they didn't pay to bring Tyra Banks back,
yeah, they had to burn the garage down.
He never finds
so
out
there's
she's
no body.
dead. Yeah, he never finds out she's dead. Meanwhile, Michael's getting electrocuted like it's and the cops finally showed up. But there was no fire. We're seeing the remnants of the fire that clearly was shot somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I feel like this chick is the least effective final girl in a movie ever.
Well, she had to be rescued. The final girl never has to be rescued. You know? Busta Rhymes is, top billed, so.
Right.
Right, yes, overall. Entertainment is over. Stolen from the end of Ricochet.
Oh, God.
Why would she even care? You're right. She really didn't earn any of this. She ran around the whole movie being helpless.
Yeah, it's who. Yeah, I mean, she's got a far shittier part than even in Five, the girls in Five.
God, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And how many times has this been on a slab? Shit.
Sadly, Jeffrey Kramer's not back. That would have at least made the movie, right? And
Here we go.
Let's go. Let's get this over with.
It's like the end of Blade Trinity. Where they had to CG Wesley's eyes. Did you hear about that?
No.
They had to CG Wesley's eyes opening because they refused to do the alternate ending and shit. Ugh. And we lapse into this 2000s-ish rendition of the Halloween theme.
Ooh, so Michael Myers, actor, getting second billing. That's sort of new. Wow. So, yes.
Bad but entertaining, I always call it.
Yeah, because I mean, if you cut out the beginning,
any of the mythology shit,
you're down to 65, 70 minutes or whatever, right?
And 70-minute just haunted house movie or slasher picture.
Right.
This could have been any slasher movie.
What's just funny is that it's like 5 and 6 had all the mythology, right? And then 7, H2O is just its thing, right? But still,
H2O, I believe, honestly, H2O was supposed to stand on its own. They weren't supposed to do any other ones after H2O.
Well, when I read the Wikipedia really quick, apparently that was part of Jamie Lee Curtis's deal. Like, the movie's theatrical run had to end before they announced a new one and shit. So, you know, they could pretend she wasn't just doing a entry in a slasher series. Yeah.
And then by this one, she definitely wanted out. Even though they gave it a Scream poster.
Casting. I told you. Vancouver.
Oh, yeah, see?
Uh-huh. Vancouver. And then is there a...
I wonder which parts were there and which parts were... Or they probably did the whole thing up there.
Computer.
Because it looks too, you know, too suburban.
Yeah.
They had to go somewhere where nobody would bother them filming and all that shit.
ADR editor, yeah, that person had to do their work. Like voice casting LA Mad Dogs. Los Angeles ADR, yep. Vancouver, wow, they fucking did 3 different looping sessions at least. Wow. Ugh. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then it just kind of lapses into
like, why didn't you get Marco Beltrami to do the damn music? Like, he doesn't do that bad of music. Like, it all sounds the same, but we live after the Marvel movies now. They all sound the same. American Eagle Outfitters. Wow, there you go.
Remember when they were hot?
Sure.
They were in every mall, you know.
Well, yeah, I remember when they were in every mall. I don't know why they would be doing your fucking
alongside a Spencer's and a Hot Topic.
Yeah, dressing your fucking Halloween movie. Oh, wow. I would say that is...
Oh, it's hot garbage.
I mean, yeah, like...
But it's entertaining as hell.
Yeah, outside of the entertainment, yeah, it's like a more entertaining 6.
Yeah, it's almost an entertaining extension of 6. Like if you just
2002, what was Paul Rudd doing? Why didn't they bring?
He was. God, you're right.
2002. What was he doing? He hadn't
quite become big time.
No. Yeah, so Halloween H21 or H23.
H2.0. Yeah, H2O.0, because that's what it was. Yeah, H2O.0, because it basically just kind of put the kibosh.
Yeah, and I mean, it's sort of the ending. I mean, it killed the franchise for what, 5 years, right? Like,
yeah, till Rob Zombie decided, hey, man.
You know, killing the franchise for 5 years with Halloween's not that big of a deal, really, because when you think about it, there are plenty of times the franchise has been dead for 5+ years. But yeah, this is why having too much fucking continuity between your slasher movies is a fucking problem, man. Like,
yeah. Just ask those idiots who make the Texas Chainsaw movies, huh?
Right? Like,
I hear the new one is garbage.
Saw something about that, but I guess they got John Larroquette back doing a voice.
Yeah, that's the only like credible thing it has going for it is Larroquette came back to do the voice, which he did for all of them because he did it for Leatherface, part 3.
Okay,
that was in the 80s when he was like hot. You know, he was big time, so he stopped to do that then. So I guess he has a kind of loyalty to it. By the way, I just saw a Law and Order with him on it. Damn, he was on fire in that shit.
Boston Legal, man. Like, he comes on to Boston Legal season 3-ish. He's great. Like, that's the thing about fucking Night Court is it wasted John Larroquette. Like, John Larroquette
completely, because he should have had his own shit.
Yeah, and the John Larroquette show. The one John Larroquette show is fucking great. Like
the sitcom, yeah, but even after that, he could have parlayed that to some like serious shit.
Yeah, he avoided doing serious shit. Like, he was one of those guys who avoided that. There's another one who, like, I don't know, one of those other guys. So yeah, next time we'll be doing H4O, which I don't like, but it's certainly better than this.
The first time, and you're about to actually turn me on it.
I am. I'm sorry.
You're gonna turn me against it because
I'm going to.
Because I did like it the first couple of times I watched it until the third time I saw it.
Nope. It's just like, wait, yep, you can't, it's like, we can talk about the fucking set, when they filmed it in fucking, because they filmed that one in South Carolina too, and you're just like, that's just not Haddonfield. It's
that
also
ain't Haddonfield.
It doesn't have any internal continuity. It's just like
that's suburb number 3.
And then I don't. Well, I guess. My thing is I was like, shit. What should we do? We can't do this now, but we should have done sequel pair recordings. It would have been a fucking marathon, but we totally should have done that. Like, we should have done 1 and 2, 4 and 5. 6 would have been by itself because it doesn't directly pick up after 4. But then we could have done H2O and this. Oh, God, can you imagine how mad we would have been if we just watched H2O? It's like, man, fuck this fucking movie. And then we could have done Halloween and Kills.
God.
That's too much commitment. I can't. That's a bit too much. Marathon. Yeah,
I'm not watching Halloween Kills again anytime soon.
Oh, but there's the extended version.
No, thank you.
All right. What else to say about Halloween Resurrection? Better score, less of the video stuff, and more Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes didn't parlay that into another, horror film. I think he might have been the only one anticipating, the next Halloween sequel.
Can you imagine? Oh, they can bring him back as the new Loomis. That's what it should have been.
No.
That should have been the reveal. It's like the Equalizer show. My dream for the Equalizer show was that Queen Latifah is Edward Woodward's daughter, and he just, like, nobody talks about it, but just happens to have Queen Latifah as a daughter.
Queen Latifah is his daughter.
Yeah. Busta Rhymes is actually Loomis's son. Boom.
You know who played his son in the original, though?
Yes, I do know who was his son in the original. Fucking
Billy Zabka.
Yeah. Like a year after, right? Or the same year as Karate Kid.
It might have been the same year after. But the thing is, outside of the Equalizer, he played the same character in every other movie. Back to School, Just One of the Guys, and something else. He was always that guy.
Yeah.
He was always Johnny. Like, anytime you saw him, he was going to get an ass whooping coming to him before the credits rolled.
All right. So next time, Halloween 2018.
H4O.
It's better than this one. It'll be fun.
It's a little better. But like I said,
there's more to talk about in that one, because this one is very much like 6 in that, like,
it's kind of like you're more dumbfounded.
Exactly. Like,
by the shit.
It's like a really bad, like, it's like an incompetent slasher movie when it's bad, and that's like the problem is this one's got way too much. It's like the characters are more disposable in this than they are in a Friday the 13th, which is just way too much.
It's just like I said, because you don't care about any of these kids.
But like
at least the Friday the 13th, they kind of established some of the kids. So
right. Like, and I mean, in some of them, it was a big deal, but it's just like, even the most disposable ones, this one didn't even do that. It's just,
It's funny. What's her face became the queen of sci-fi eventually.
Right? Like, I mean, she's not as bad as Lex Luthor Layer Girl. And I'd say Katee Sackhoff was better than the lead girl.
Yeah, she was. She was, because you watch her, she has at least a little more charisma.
Yeah. like
you kind of, you even feel a little bad when she dies, even though
she gets decapitated. Her head
she's a pothead, man. Come on.
Oh, they should have done a drug. Oh, they could have done like your mind on drug thing with that.
Yeah, Michael could have been in that room inhaling all that weed before he killed somebody. Because that room was smoked out. They did fucking hotbox that shit.
I mean, yeah, they didn't really establish any of the. They missed that too. They missed Michael like looking at himself on camera and shit. Like they didn't do jack shit with this. Like imagine doing less. Well,
but the scene with him and Busta, that shit is genius.
That should have been a 20-minute sequence. That should have been Michael following him around, fucking with people the last 20 minutes of the movie.
This shit is still genius where he tells him to go kill somebody. Oh, man.
Listens to him just like you listen to Loomis. Just saying that could be the big reveal in...
Yeah, but then you'd have to have him not be... He'd really have to straighten up a little, because you can't have him be goofy.
Well, I mean, no, Loomis was a drunk. Loomis didn't take care of that kid. Like, come on.
Loomis is bait. God damn.
All right. So yeah, this was Halloween Resurrection. Next time we'll be back, not with this, and hopefully it won't dumbfound us, because
yeah, you have to take into account
I'm just like,
that was one of those nights, folks.
That was the thing about 6 was I was like, 6 just was like bewildering to watch and try to like talk about. And I was like, is that like a theme? And then we watched, H2O, and I was like, no, it's the movie is below a certain level.
Yeah,
you just can't.
It's almost
do it.
Like, it's almost Urban Legends Final Cut, man.
Yeah, like why they didn't just put this shit on video? I feel like if they had just done this shit and not fucked around with Jamie Lee Curtis, put it on video, that would have been the best. They would have been able to get at least 3 of these out before whatever.
But would they have even considered bringing them back to the theaters? That's the big question.
Probably not by Rob Zombie, but I bet by H4O. Or
maybe.
Who knows? Because, I mean, Halloween's all messed up because it's tied up with Miramax, and Miramax fell apart and whatever. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is this our last Halloween from Miramax? It is, right? Because the next one's... Yes, this is the end of our Miramax, of our Dimension Films trilogy. Yes.
Because I don't even know who the fuck... Who did 4?
Either Galaxy or Compass. It was one of those, done in one release things. Like, that's part of the charm of it. Like,
yeah. Because I know 4. Like, remember when there was a time that they couldn't it was almost like the Chucky movies where they couldn't do a complete box set because different studios released specific ones.
Yeah, and it was always Universal screwing it up for Halloween 2 and 3.
Yeah, 2 and 3.
And then Dimension, right? Like,
yeah.
So, we didn't really think about it as the Dimension trilogy, but yeah, I mean, this is a very boring way of
standard
seeing how Dimension went from 95 to 2002 or 94 really, but yeah, it's
this is just very standard for I
am curious if there was a name on the college in 5. I don't know that I'm going to look into it, but I'm curious.
Probably still just Haddonfield something or other.
No, because
right?
I mean, they had the establishing shot of the sign. I don't remember that in 5 or 6. 6.
6.
Yes.
666.
666. Joe Chappelle doesn't do establishing shots of college signs. All right. So, yes, that's it. We're done. Night, folks.
Night, everybody. Do not walk gently into that dark night.